Actors in China these days are so out of work. Let's make them do the Hunger Game. Hi, you're watching Avenue X, where a junkie on good storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. Today I'm all dressed up, but I'm not talking about a period drama. I'm talking about some entertainment programs that have been running literally into each other recently. Last year I made a video without me showing up, talking about this particular entertainment program that was at the time super popular called I'm the Actor. That was a program where actors literally compete on stage and there are judges, there are audiences voting to eventually select the last winner. And this year, because that program's super success, suddenly everybody decided to do it. Instead of having just one acting competition program, now we have three. And without surprise, each of them is hosted by one of the three major streaming platforms in China, iqiyi, Tencent, and Youku. I guess that's just the nature of capitals, right? Chasing after what is hot. The Tencent one, 演员请就位, literally translated probably as get ready actors or ready steady actors, that type of title, came out first this year, and after it has aired about 3-4 weeks, the second one catches up, which comes from iqiyi and Zhe Jiang, that is the second season of the original acting competition show I Am the Actor. This time it's called I Am the Actor Duel on Peak. I mean, those names are just sound so cheap. Just over the weekend, Youku released its own new acting competition called 演技派, the sect of acting skills. I mean, yeah, and then the English title, I think they actually gave it an English title, which is Real Actor. I smell competition. You guys are not real, you're just games, we're real. I guess if you're really into this type of entertainment, you know, that's really, really cool. You have, like, instead of one show, 3 shows to look at. But also it's almost funny to see that there are that many shows just suddenly showed up, because first, a lot of actors are really out of work. Since the middle of last year, the number of productions that are ongoing in China, TV drama productions, have drastically dwindled in numbers, resulting in a lot of people just simply don't have work. Unless you are the top tier actors, actresses that people would actively sought after because you will bring money in, or you are the very, very bottom layer where any drama would do, and you don't quite have that reputation of fame to worry about picking up stuff that's below your level. If you're stuck in the middle kind of actor who are relatively famous within their own sort of fan circle, but not big enough to get into the A-list of Chinese drama acting, then you are in a very difficult position, because literally not that many drama are going on. And if you get an offer to act in something, you should be thankful these days. That's the situation. So where do all those actors go, you know, if you want exposure but you don't have drama offers? Let's go on entertainment shows that is actually acting competition. That's the situation. It sounds really pathetic and funny, but you know, people gotta live and they need to stay in, you know, the public's eyes and people's memory and attention. So this is the best way, because it's the cheapest way that you can get attention, get exposure without investing a huge amount of time and energy. If you go actually do a drama, it takes half a year to get post-production, and the airing schedule, the premiere schedule in China is a total mess these days, so too much investment may not even get returned. Might as well go on those shows, because instantly, right, every week there's something new. You can be sure that once you get something filmed with you acting on stage or audition, whatever, comes out next week or the week after. Good. That's good. That's guaranteed. At least your face is somewhere to be seen. I'm gonna talk about these 3 shows briefly in the order that they aired. So the first one is the Tencent one, Tencent's own creation, called 演员请就位. Actors, please get ready, or actors please be in place. This is the one that came out first this year, and it's pretty much copying those talent selection shows that Tencent does, also iqiyi does, like 创造营101 if you've really into that type of things. So there are 4 directors on board. They act as the main judge and also team leader. Eventually would compete against each other, and then finally there's gets a winning team. So it's pretty much like The Voice or that type of talent selection show. And it has Zhao Wei, Chen Kaige, Li Shaohong, and Guo Jingming as the 4 directors. The competition runs on this really interesting way. Basically, all the actors come in and they pick which director's team they want to go on, and then within each team they have their sort of every week their task, and they get to act and perform a small clip, usually from an existing drama or film. In terms of how many actors actually end up in one piece of work, it's totally due to the director's decision. So first round is within the team competition. The director picks the script and forms a group of actors and go on stage and film it. So it's a live stage performed on a set. It's very weird. So basically everything you see is actually through camera cutting angles. It's not like a live performance, theatrical performance in that way. You get the information by looking at the different camera angles that got cut live, right, as the people perform. So it's still an in-camera performance, but not many takes type. If you've seen Fantasy, it's similar to that. After the performance, this director who owns this team will decide among this particular performance which actor or actress he or she gets to keep. The other ones goes into the sort of like, I don't know, waiting list or something, or just simply being told you're gone. So that's how it works. After they've selected each director 7 actors, actresses on their team, then it goes to the second round when they probably compete against each other. For this program, the most interesting thing is not actually the actors or actresses on the stage and then in camera performing. It really is how the judges pick the people, how that works, that sort of dramatic tension about who goes, who leaves. And the way they edit the program feels so much pre-scripted. Just don't take it too seriously. Some of the performances are really ridiculous and some are okay. Actually, I think the funniest and best performance all come from the 4 directors. So for these shows, you're actually watching the judges instead of the actors. And fun and ride and the sort of up and downs that the program want you to feel. Not that you can enjoy the performances if you're a fan of a lot of the actor and actresses in this thing. It's actually quite fun because it includes some of the famous actors who used to be famous, not that famous now, want to have that second go with their career. At least that's how the program set them up, such as Ming Dao, right? Very well known from Taiwan, used to be the idol drama king. And then some other young actors with cringy performances. This is really an entertainment program. Have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Enjoy the ride. The second one is the original acting competition's second iteration, the second season of I'm the Actor from Zhe Jiang and iqiyi. But this time they changed the format. They picked some of the already extremely well-established actors and actresses, such as Zhang Guoli. He was the host of the last season. Now he's the actor. Li Bingbing, like she's big. International film big. Xing Hao, Ma Sichun, Tong Dawei, they are all there for, they've been there for decades. This time, these individual big actors are paired up with 学徒 apprentice, so the lesser known newcomer actors, and every performance is actually the sort of the big actor is the major actor or actresses. Their apprentice team may show up in the performance, may not. So this is a competition between already established actor and actresses with a group of main judges that are very experienced in the industry, then a bigger group of more professional judges, and then an even bigger group with audience. After performance on stage, people vote and who wins. You can see actually judges overlap between the I'm the Actor and actor please getting in place. I mean, Li Shaohong, Li Chengru are crossing both programs. I actually really don't like this format. I think their last year's format makes more sense. This year's format feels very stale because these people don't really need to prove that they're good actors and actresses. They've all have lots of awards and box office to prove that they're good. So what's the point of doing that? Literally for the entertainment's sake, they're not necessarily out of work either. So I'm not quite sure what that program is trying to do. I'd rather see actually last year's format. It doesn't quite feel right after I've watched I think 2 or 3 already that's been happening on stage. Oh, and this one also invites Li Yuchun. This clearly shows that they want the traffic, right? They're bringing in people who they know will bringing in their fans. Why does she needs to be here? Not that I have anything against her. Like, she's a singer, she's very successful in what she does, but acting, seriously? I mean, like, compete that with professional actors who's been doing that for decades? Like, why? And also this program runs into a very big problem with how do you gauge between cinematic and theatrical performances, because they're different. For the previous one, they actually show everything in camera, so the actor can act as if they're acting in camera. But this one, they're acting for the audience who are looking at it from a distance on stage. It's a theatrical performance. But then for the online audiences, it's all in camera. Nobody knows how really to gauge their performance. Do I act it bigger so that more people there can see and give me more votes? Do I act for the camera that's everywhere on the stage? I mean, it still feels like the program hasn't figured it out, like what's the ideal way of doing it. Even though it does feature better actors and actors in this program, it just feels weird when you watch it. You don't quite know what's going on, and some of the performances on stage are so long, and the stage direction is not well figured out, because it's like, what, one day rehearse the whole thing? Like, that's not gonna work on stage. I just feel this program kind of lost its idea about what it is, so we'll see what happens later. It's probably the lesser interesting one actually as an entertainment program among all 3, but it was the first one that kind of started this trend of everybody trying to do a acting competition show. And then the third one, the Youku one, 演技派, it just came out over the weekend. Probably actually is the most interesting one. Let me explain what it is. It's very different from the other 2. This program's purpose is basically for Zheng to pick his team of young actors to act in his next project, like actual drama. So it's like a job offer. It's like an audition, right, for an actual job. The actors can come from all kinds of backgrounds. Some are actually from such as BFA, Central Academy. Some are not actually trained as actors. All very young, under 25. And the other 3 judges people are actually very experienced actors in the industry, and they kind of act as the panel to judge who can come in and actually show them how to act and improve the acting. It's a like audition room program. It shows you a lot of the I'd say what they want the general public to know about how actors get auditioned. So it's still a level of performance in terms of how things are actually done in real life. It's not exactly the same, but they show a bit that the other programs don't show. So for example, you come in, tell people, your name, your height, your weight, take photos of your front, sides, and then throw out problems. For example, act this thing, or I give you a set of circumstances, now you perform. It's literally just audition program. This format, I feel, is probably the most interesting one. It's actually fun to see when people are actually not dressed up, they're not rehearsed. Now you're in for an audition. How do you do it? We'll see how this program goes. But the funny thing is, it's literally Zheng's program, because he's the one who basically is responsible for how this thing turns out. And I mean, for him, like, literally, I have no good words to say about him. I may still just watch his program for the fun of it, but I just don't quite understand how someone like him, right, with his track record, can still be performing in this industry. How could he be allowed? The plagiarizing thing he does is just so blatantly wrong, and he lost cases against people. His drama's taken down completely from existence of anywhere because it's deemed by the court as a pure plagiarism piece. He was fined on it, and he's still doing well. He's earning hundreds of millions, and he's making his dreams. He's creating so many dramas and still be allowed to air, and he's basically doesn't get really punished. I mean, the tiny amount of fine he gets from that court case is nothing to him. He doesn't even apologize. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'll pay you the money, and I'm gonna continue to do what I do, and I can do it so well, and there's so many young actors, actresses still want to be signed to my agency. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. I really don't think people like him should be let off so easy. But then the program itself looks pretty interesting. It's a good entertainment. I may still go back and check at it. I would say among the 3 ones, probably this one is the most lighthearted and entertaining one, because when you look at young people acting weirdly on camera, it's actually pretty fun. Although, you know, you have to know, like, it's still a program made, so it has its agendas, right? Whether it's for Zheng to actually push his new drama or to push the new actresses he's signed on, you know, like, these things are all for certain purposes. It's not charity case. So these are the 3 things that are ongoing. And if you're interested in any of the people that they feature, you know, it's actually worth your time to check out some of them. Kind of iqiyi programs, I'd say. If you're doing something that doesn't require your full attention, you can have it running somewhere and just look at it occasionally and laugh. Apart from the second one, I'm the actor with really serious actors. The first and the third one I talked about on Tencent and Youku. Each week, they really have some really ridiculous and bad performances that actually you can watch it as comedy and laugh. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.